You're watching a Famicast video review of Arcade Archive's 10-Yard Fight on the Nintendo Switch. I am Danny Bivens, the reviewer of this game. Japanese-developed American football games are somewhat of a rarity. So are American football games on Switch in general. It almost seems fitting that the first American football game to be released on the Nintendo system wouldn't be a title that many people are familiar with. Enter 10-Yard Fight, one of the latest entries into the Arcade Archive series from Hamster. If you've been pining for some pigskin action on your Switch, this is currently the only horse in the stable. It's important to keep in mind, however, that this probably isn't what you expect from a retro football game. 10-Yard Fight features a 9-on-9 version of pigskin compared to the 11 players you'll typically find. You don't play the traditional quarters found in the game either, but rather a first and second half against different levels of computer-controlled defenses. The title limits gamers exclusively to the offensive side of the ball. Taking control of the quarterback, you can perform forward passes as well as laterals to the running backs that are flanking you on the left and right. Unlike most modern American football games, you can't choose your offensive plays. Your ability to read the defense and take advantage of mismatches will greatly help you drive the ball down the field. Lateraling to your running backs, running the ball, or passing to your one and only receiver are your only methods of attack. In another quirk to make sure that the ball stays with the offense, having a pass intercepted by the defense results in a 20-yard loss. Well, I guess that's better than an automatic game over. The game starts off by having you play at the high school level, moving up to college, professional, playoff, and eventually the Super Bowl. Points aren't rewarded in the typical fashion either, as the score of the game is a non-factor. In 10-Yard Fight, you get points for high score purposes for completing passes, running long distances, and getting first downs. If you score a touchdown, you get a decent chunk of points, have a chance at an extra point or conversion, and, more importantly, are allowed to move on to the next level of challenge. The game is basically a race against time, and you'll need to convert first downs and or make huge plays to ensure that you can keep on playing. The visuals here are colorful and realistic for a game that was originally released in 1983. The compressed sound effects are, again, decent, especially considering how long ago this title was released. It's not all a positive trip down memory lane here, though. The movement speed of 10-Yard Fight is painfully slow. Sometimes after running for what seems like ages, you look up to the first down marker only to find that you ran for about 6 yards. The difficulty curve when starting out is incredibly steep, but if you keep with it, there's definitely some fun to be had here. Similar to the other games in the Arcade Archive series, the basic modes of the game are available, as are the high score mode, which doesn't allow you to suspend or pause the game, and the caravan mode. Now, this mode basically gives you 5 minutes to get as many points as possible, again, without pausing or suspending play here too. Online rankings are available for each of these modes. There's even some multiplayer on offer here, which I unfortunately didn't get a chance to try out. I ended up having a lot more fun with 10-Yard Fight than I thought I would. The gameplay takes some getting used to, but if you're willing to put in the time, you can be competing with high scores of the dozens of players from all over the world. Even with that said, the slow pace of the ball carry is sure to frustrate many, and the initial learning curve is sure to turn many people off. There's a good game buried here, but you have to be willing to sink the time in to get some fun out of 10-Yard Fight. Final score for Arcade Archive's 10-Yard Fight on the Nintendo Switch, 6 out of 10. Keep it locked here to the Famicast for reviews, podcasts, news, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching.